When Sathya Sai Calls, by Ms. Linda Fonseca. I was barely 8 when my mother took me to a Sai center in Barquisimeto, Venezuela, for the first time at the invitation of a lady from the center. It was a Thursday, and we entered the hall to attend the bhajans, devotional singing. The people welcomed us warmly with the greeting, Sai Ram, which was very foreign to me at that time. But even as an 8-year-old, I was very impressed with how pristine the place was and the variety of beautiful idols on the altar. Everyone sat on floor cushions, and chairs were provided for the elders and those who couldn't sit on the floor. We sat beside the lady who had invited us, the founder of that center. The session began with sonorous chants of Om, followed by 108 names of Sathya Sai Baba in adoration and worship. Gayatri Mantra chanting was next, followed by bhajans. I was fascinated hearing the enchanting songs in a new language and wondered how it seemed to have some magic. I wanted to participate in the bhajans but could only clap in rhythm, unable to decipher and pronounce the words. Later, the lights were put out. I thought this indicated it was all done, and we could go home. But as I stood up, the lights came back, and they sang another song, Aarti, while waving a flame to the photo of Sai Baba. We were given a pinch of sacred ash, Vibhuti, after which we dispersed. I told my mom that I did not enjoy that session much. She left it at that. A childhood and youth well-spent months later, my mother enrolled me and my siblings in Bal Vikas, Sai spiritual education, classes. These were really fun because while we were taught about God, human values, and the way to lead a good life, we also had lots of play, games, and tasty snacks to enjoy. I am grateful to my SSC teachers who introduced me to Swami and his wonderful teachings. Years later, it was a natural transition for me to grow into a Sai young adult. Though I had never seen Swami, I was keen to follow his teachings, which were very appealing to me. In 2005, at the national level of the SSU, we all started learning the Rudram, Namkam and Chamakam, Vedic chants adoring Lord Shiva. We also enthusiastically participated in service activities organized by the youth wing. We would prepare and distribute food to needy people on the streets and to hospital patients. We would visit old age homes and spend time with the elderly, uplifting their spirits. Often, we also organized tree planting drives in the city. In 2006, we received an email inviting all Sai young adults to Prashanti Nilayam to participate in an international youth conference in July 2007. I was in high school, dreaming of securing a seat in the prestigious public university in southern Venezuela. I wanted to prepare for the entrance exam, and the dates clashed with the youth conference. So, although I was part of all activities organized by the Sai youth in preparation for the conference and was providing full-time support doing translations for the Sathya Sai Institute of Education in Human Values of Venezuela, I decided not to travel to India in July 2007. In addition, I did not have a passport or a visa. When he calls, everything falls in place, but in the same year, we received another email. This time, it was an invitation to all educators and members of all Sai institutes across the world to participate in the Sathya Sai Education in Human Values Conference, SSEHV, to be held in Prashanti Nilayam in 2008. By this time, my exam results came out and, to my disappointment, I was not accepted by the university. But the blessing is, I was free to go to India. My mother and I were assigned the task of preparing the list of Venezuelans traveling to India. By the beginning of 2008, we had a list of 100 participants. But by June 2008, we had dropouts, and the list became half as long. My mother had managed to secure discounted flight tickets with an agency as long as there were 60 travelers. To reach that number, my mother also added my name to the list. But I had no passport or visa. My mother reached India successfully with a group of 30 Venezuelans, and I applied for a passport, intending to lead the second contingent of 30 Venezuelans. I traveled with my father to the capital, Caracas, to expedite my passport issuance at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The plan was to get the passport and then rush to the Indian embassy to make an appointment for my visa. It was an unnerving sight to see so many armed soldiers patrolling the ministry. It was almost 10 a.m., and I had no update on my passport. Half an hour later, I heard my name being called and rushed into a small room. I was given a yellow envelope bearing my name and told to verify that the details were correct. I was told, if you have no issues or questions, you may exit the room. Tears of joy streamed down my face incessantly as my passport came out of that yellow envelope. That was it. I ran out of the room, my face red and eyes brimming with tears. My father wondered what had happened. When I informed him, he, too, shed tears of joy, and we rushed to the Indian embassy. It was then 1 p.m., as instructed. We left the application form and documents and waited. Around 4:30 p.m., the consul himself came to hand over my passport. He said, "Today is Friday, and you came a bit late. There was no time to print the visa, so I gave you a handwritten one. Enjoy your trip to India." Swami's gifts to me. That was how my first trip to Swami materialized. It was the most memorable trip of my life, and I attended the SSEHV conference in July 2008. Swami showered so much love and blessings on all of us. Most importantly, he assured us that he is always with us everywhere and at all times. I was so touched by the experience that I prayed to Baba, "Swami, please give me the opportunity to study in the college of my dreams or allow me to stay here and study at your university." The very next morning, my father called the university in Venezuela for a final confirmation. The voice on the other end said an email had been sent to the candidate. "Haven't you seen it yet? Your daughter needs to come here and sign the papers accepting her admission. She will start this September." I firmly believe that Swami gives us what we want so that our hearts can begin to yearn for what he came to give us. Patience and perseverance are essential, along with complete faith. He is always with us. He is always looking after us, listening to us. Believe it. These days, I live in India, in the city of Pune. I am married to an Indian, and we have a baby girl. I am still an active member of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization and the local Samiti Center. I lead my life inspired by what Swami said in his discourse on 16th July 1997. It is the privilege and duty of the young men and women to promote the welfare, progress, and peace of the world. Transform all your actions into sacred duties. Experience the love of the divine. That is the meaning of Swami's declaration, "My life is my message." Adhere to the ideals set before you by Swami. Ms. Linda Fonseca.